Okay, we're going to go on to our third topic for today, and next topic is going to be something. I keep saying, on these shows that I've been doing this for looking at these things for a long time. This is another one. It comes from a long time ago, but I've been piecing it together for a good bit of time, and really going back and forth. You'll see. I think I'll reference if I can, if I remember to, some notes that I took in the book that I'm going to talk about in 2006, then 2013, and now 2024. The subject here is God a sculptor? Creation by Subtraction. All right, this is coming from a book by Bernard Heish. I'm going to show you the book right here. Bernard Heish. The book is called The God Theory. All right, and this is a super freaking cool book in a lot of different ways. And again, I don't endorse lots of claims that people make. I'm not here to do that right now. That might be for shows down the road. But I do recognize the really outstanding work and outstanding thinking that people do. And Bernard Heish has a really, really cool thought. All right. What he does is he starts with white light. Okay, I'm gonna kind of tease this in a little bit. He starts with white light, and what he says there is if you take a look at what white light is, it's really the combination of all colors. All right, in the spectrum, and it has an infinite number of shades of those colors all within it, and only appears to be white when it's combined, when all those are combined. And so the idea is that if you want to use that, if you want to see things, you can take white light and you can filter out all the other colors, and you can then create something by not adding to the white light, but by taking away something from the white light. By, let's say you use a slide that's his best example. It's a slide. You put a slide in a projector. The projector is showing white light on a screen. You put a slide in, and what that slide is doing is it's blocking out all the other colors that you don't want to see, all the other pieces of an image that you don't want to see, leaving just the image that you do want to see there. It's just, that's just the way that works, and there's no argument about it. That's the way it is. But what Bernard Heish does, is he uses that as an analogy. He says, consider the white light, but consider that to be the universe. Consider it to be infinite potential. If you have this field of infinite potential, that means that's everything. And from that infinite potential, he proposes that the infinite potential is what we all refer to as God. I think he says in his book, if it isn't God, then what is? And what is it? But he's saying it is God. It's the infinite potential. It's everything. It is all God. But from that, just like with the white light, just like with the slide, he's saying that God itself, the infinite potential itself, is chipping away, is filtering out things from chipping away everything from this field of infinite potential to reveal what we have as our universe. So he's using that analogy. Same thing with white light, kind of filtering out everything to leave an image. Here, he's saying the universe is exactly the same. That God is chipping away at himself. He's basically taking out a chisel, and he's chiseling away at this infinite field of potential that he himself is, and then leaving what we have as the universe. And that's what he refers to as creation by subtraction. Again, he's not adding to the field of potential. He's taking away and leaving something that exists thereafter. Just love the thought. Again, I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree with it. I just love it. I think it's such a creative and very cool thought. He says in his book, it's page 28 of his book, he said this. He said, the esoteric traditions tell us that creation by subtraction is one of the fundamental truths underlying reality. All right? And that may very well be the case. However, I, of course, have looked to find which are these esoteric traditions he's talking about. I can't find anything. I've looked everywhere, and I can't find any other traditions that really have this as their principal idea. Creation by subtraction seems to be that Heish was the person who created it. He's not taking credit for it. He's saying that he's borrowing it from these traditions. I can't find it. It's just, I don't know, amazing. But here's the thing. In order for his ideas to be accurate, his theory to be true, his God theory to be accurate, there has to be a God, okay? And B, the God has to be of an intelligent nature, has to be an entity that can do the chiseling. The question, is God a sculptor, presupposes that God has the ability and the wherewithal and the the intelligence and the I don't know the tools to become a sculptor, and use that intentionality in order to create what he wanted to create. And so that's a big assumption. And of course, and I'd love to have him on the show. I understand he has some health issues, but I'm going to reach out to him and see if he or his wife, who also is joining him with a lot of his work these days, I'm going to see if he'll be a guest on the show and get into a really exciting interview with him. I would absolutely love that. But here's the thing. I've kind of expanded it a little bit. He expanded the idea of creation by subtraction also to include consciousness. I don't have a whole lot of time to get into a lot of that, but I do want to talk about this. I just said that this presupposes that there's a God and that there's an intelligent, intentional act by God in order to create by subtraction. But I want to ask the question: can we take away the intelligentness of this equation? Can we say that there is no intelligence behind it? There's no intentionality behind it, but there's some other built-in feature of reality, of this field of infinite potential that could possibly lead to the same kind of result, where the filtering is simply by natural law or simply by cosmic evolutionary law. Is it something that we can do? Is that something that we can say and take the intelligence piece out of the equation, so you don't have then you wouldn't have the requirement of a God. You wouldn't have the requirement of the contemplative nature of it, but you just have it flowing from the nature of existence. It's a kind of a thought I've been developing in relation to the God theory by Haish for a long time, and I really want to present it to him. So this is like the perfect forum to do that. Get him into the studio, either in person would be great, or by Zoom. We're working on all of that as we speak. Other guests, but also Bernard Haish. Love to ask him these questions, and I'm kind of predict where he'll go with it. But I'd like to know why. I'd like to know all of the details about it. So it's really exciting. Can't wait to really get into that and all the related topics and all the fun stuff. So in the meantime, if you will, please like this episode on YouTube. Click the like button. Also, very important, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you already haven't done so. We're only looking for millions of subscribers, so you can be part of that. We'd love to have you aboard. Also, go to our website. Oh no, before you do that, put a comment in the YouTube. We'd love to have the comments, your input, your thoughts about this. Have you ever even heard of something like this before? Creation by subtraction. I never heard of it before Haish, and I've never heard of it since then. So I would love to know your thoughts on that. Comments in YouTube. Also, comments on our website. Again, the very aptly named exusthepodquest.com. You go there, and we will be going ever forward.